Welcome, everyone. This is another episode of Agency Rainmaker TV. This is how agency owners, advertising, digital marketing, PR, how do they make it rain? How do they bring in more clients? A special guest today, Susan Quinn of Circle S Studio. Susan, how are you today?
I am doing well, Henry. So excited to be able to speak to you.
Well, we'll keep it moving. We'll keep it easy. The first question is who? Who do you serve, Susan?
Well, we are very niched, and we are, first of all, business to business. We have at least learned that. I've had an agency for 40 years, and I guess the old saying, I know a thing or two because I've seen a thing or two, but we are business to business, and we serve professional service firms. So think engineering, construction, law firms, CPA firms, financial service firms. That's where we spend our time.
And what do you do for these people? And I know what you do is special, so I want you to get into that.
Well, we are always looking at growth. I mean, I guess that's what we all are hoping to do, hence the name of your podcast. And I am always looking at, why do some companies stand out? Why do some grow versus others that are just showing up? So I started looking at research from not only what's out in the industry, but conducting our own research around what we see are the 9 traits of the highest performing companies in the world. And we have extracted 3 of those. So you ask, what do we do for our clients? We help them with the brand experience. Many agencies do that. That propels not just a good brand, but you are so differentiated. If you think about professional services, a CPA firm is a CPA firm, a law firm is a law firm. And so to be able to create the visual aspect, the messaging aspect that you truly are standing out, that's what we do for these firms. When you do that, and we work very heavily with the guiding principles, that is then how you propel, and this is a big part of what we do today, attracting and retaining talent. It is one of the top things CEOs are dealing with today. And so we do a lot in that whole area of the employee experience. And then if you get those first 2 right, we think of it as the flywheel to create a really marvelous client experience. So we stay in the experience side of brand, employee, and client experience.
It's so true that a professional service firm can be seen as a commodity. I did a 10-year research study on how clients choose professional service firms, consultants, certainly in our area, marketing firms, accountants. And if I can just share something, because when I heard about your work and we started working together, I was so excited in that we would do focus groups with people who hire and these CEOs. I've also done depth interviews, and they said they all sound alike. You all sound alike. You come in and you say things like, oh, we're big enough to get the job done, but small enough for personal attention, and our people make the difference. And some said, we're laughing behind your back. You're horrible when it comes to talking about money. You're just horrible at that. So all those things came out, and your work really helps people differentiate themselves and stand out from the crowd, that there's something about that firm that's different. So I was excited about your work. Well, let's talk about you growing and how you make it rain.
Well, I think what we do as an agency is what we recommend for our clients. I mean, if we're going to talk it, we have to walk it. And we know that thought leadership is front and center. We know that SEO is front and center. We know that we are a digital first world. You have to be everywhere in the digital space. But I also know that we only have 24 hours, and being really intentional strategically is where we focus. And so thought leadership is at the core. We have done our own original research, as I mentioned, around the 9 traits and then the attitudinal components that C-suite people have to the 9 traits. And it's been fascinating. And from that, we want to write a book, and being able to get with you and to be able to extract that and have it relevant is really front and center how we're making it rain. We've created a podcast, Better Experiences by Design. And so we are out monthly talking to CEOs, C-suite, about what they are doing to create growth for their firm. I think ultimately, Henry, we want to create a whole community around better experiences. And that growth happens when we share better experiences. And so that's where the journey is today.
Well, I'm very proud to be part of the team with that book and bringing that book out. I think the research that you've done is excellent. I've done some writing on it. If people want to Google Susan Quinn and my name, you'll see some articles come up about it. So again, you're also leading by example. You're telling people to be thought leaders. Well, you got to walk the walk. You are doing that with your thought leadership. So thank you for that. Susan, I'd love to have you back as the gets closer to the book coming out, and we can share more details on that. We're out of time for today. So just want to encourage everybody, until next time, make it rain.